So it's been a long day of work, and you're sitting at the tavern on the town square where Graham works, of course. And it's a pretty busy night, but things are calm. So Graham, you're hanging out, sitting with your mates. You guys are having some food, but of course, you're keeping an eye on the place in case anybody gets rowdy. As you're looking around, are there any like regulars that you gotta keep an eye on, Graham?
Yeah, you know the type.
Okay.
They get a little rowdy. They've had a few too many, and they just kind of get louder and louder as the night goes. So you just got to keep an eye out and make sure they're not causing any real disturbances, because being loud's not a crime.
That's
but
true.
you don't want them to, cause a mess or upset somebody by saying the wrong thing.
And there is a group that you're watching, so maybe more on them in a little bit. But let's talk a little bit about the tavern on the square, since the four of you hang out here quite a bit. So, Graham, let's start with tell us about your boss.
Biff.
Okay.
Biff.
Tell us about Biff. Who is he?
I would say that he's a smart businessman, but I think he just lucked into it, really. Because when you're running a tavern with an inn, you've got a guaranteed clientele.
That's true.
And
you're the number one tavern in the town. That's right.
Exactly. If you're the only tavern, then of course you're number one. And I think he just, had the startup money to sort of get the business rolling, and then it just it feeds itself.
Okay, I like that. And then why did the rest of you all start coming in here?
The tavern's a good place to find gigs. So,
okay.
There's the notice board, in the corner of the tavern, where, looking for, badger feet, et cetera, et cetera. So Cypher's always wandering over there just to see if, by chance he's got anything already, or, something he could knock out really quick to.
So they aren't great jobs over there.
No.
They aren't great jobs. No. You can get some good regular jobs over there. Some collection quests over there. Okay, I like that. Now, and of course, Graham has a room here, obviously, and the rest of you, stay and you come and go if you help to clean up. So, who stays here? Who stays here regularly?
I think Cypher does.
Okay. Well, yeah, obviously, Graham does. So, Cypher, you're staying. Maybe you guys are roommates. You guys hang out. You do a little work here. What about you, Calla? Where are you staying?
Calla lives at her parents' house.
Okay, nice.
They're very supportive. She does do overnight, so she works, in the, I guess it would be the temple. And overnight duty, she has a bunk there that she'll stay in. But, her parents are lovely, and they like having her home for dinner. And, it's all very wholesome, and they're not quite ready to let her move out yet.
Do you have your own room, or you're crashing on the couch, or sleeping in the kitchen?
No, she's got her own room.
Okay.
She's got her own room. Like, they have a little living space upstairs, and the bakery's downstairs, so it's kind of like a live-in business. And she will always have her own room, and her parents will never renovate it when she leaves. Like, they're that kind of.
They'll always keep your little tchotchkes in there.
100%.
That's right. Does
Calla
have a curfew?
Yeah.
Well, she did. But she's all grown up, working professional now, getting a real career. So she tries to be good.
She tries to honor and not stay up too late, because dad's got to get up early and roll out the dough. So you can't be sneaking in too late. And then where does Ashton usually stay?
Well, as far as tavern goes, I think she does stay here from time to time, not necessarily in a room. She'll do odd jobs for the tavern that don't necessarily make the notice board. They're the ones that are a little too weird, that are a little too she has a bit of a reputation for taking on the weird jobs or the odd ones, and in return then they just kind of look the other way if she sleeps under a table or in a supply closet or something like that.
Like, is sleeping in a bed, is that not comfortable for you because you just grew up in a different way?
Not necessarily. It's not so much the bed, I think. It's just so much how exposed or how many people or,
Oh, okay.
If it's a room upstairs, well, anybody can go. They know there's a bed up there and somebody's staying in it. They can wander up there and, but
you want to sleep where people don't sleep. Yeah, that makes sense. So.
Kind of, yeah.
So what about the rest of the vibe in the in the tavern? I mean, is this like a tavern where people are fighting over in the corner in like a fighting pit, or is it music and like a barge are playing? What goes on here in the tavern?
There's actually a wide variety of activity here at the tavern. It's big enough that it can sustain having, a live, musician in one corner and a bar fight breaking out in the other, and then maybe some shady deal going down.
Okay.
Oh no, there's never anything shady. At least not that Callus noticed, because she's too busy arm wrestling someone over in the corner, where there's all these like strapping young temple lads come to let loose and drink.
Oh,
So that, yeah, it's just like a
Temple
wholesome
lads.
bravado.
Lads. I love it. Well, there is kind of a buzz of excitement in the air because we're about a month away from the start of Kernsland's Fall Harvest Festival, and it's of all the. I mean, of course, there's a bunch of holidays that happen every year, but the Fall Festival every year, it's one of the biggest because it's around the natural course of harvest, and everybody's celebrating in some way. So it's some of the religious groups have beliefs about autumn, or the farmers are happy, the merchants, trade is up, everybody comes together, and there's decorations and all these sorts of things. So, what is it about the Fall Festival that you guys are the most excited about?
Pie contest, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Food, and you get to try stuff, and then my parents are entering, and I'm helping them out, and it's I feel like we're totally gonna win this year, but everything's just so yummy and delicious, and just, oh my gosh, I can't wait.
For sure.
Hella, will you tell me, will you make me very, very happy and tell me that your parents are making the potato-filled pastries again?
Except they've improved on it a little bit, so they've added onion.
Oh.
I want so many of them. I will eat
It's
my
okay.
whole body weight.
Oh my gosh, no, don't even start. We can get some because we have these day-old pastries, and then sometimes we just go out into the square and we just sort of give them out for people. It's actually really funny how they call that, because sometimes in some places they call me the bread knight. We're just giving out bread. Yeah, sometimes if you don't mind ones that have gone wrong on the edges and just sort of...
Oh no, not at all.
A bit weird. I'll bring you some. Yeah, just you have to remind me in the morning.
Do they have those really tough, hard tack things that I like? Yeah, the ones that, that you seem like they might be off, but they're, they last forever in your bag.
You like those?
Oh god, yes.
Like, actually?
Of course!
How about you, Jen? Does Ashen enjoy all the big commotion of the festival?
Ashen pulls from under the table and sets on her shoulder her little tarantula friend that she's been hiding under the table.
Oh, nice.
And says, we tend to enjoy the evening festivities when they do the spooky campfire stories and have the storytelling contest, which we win every year.
Oh, nice. Yeah, everyone is just excited. There's so much going on. There's going to be some big sporting events. There's some rumors of maybe even some people from Presterian coming down to town. And just about that moment when you're talking and listening to other people, Graham, like you said, you've been eyeballing that group of regulars over there, and they've been getting louder and louder. So it's a group of these warehouse workers that they work on the north side, a lot of unloading and coordinating caravans and shipments that come down from the capital city of Presterion. And I mean, as most of you know, like, people don't really care too much about that it's the capital city and there's like a king that claims that you guys are part of the kingdom. But there are some people, like these guys, that are very, very pro-kingdom. One of them starts shouting at this group of halflings, and he's totally drunk, and he's saying things like, oh, if the king were here and he was in charge, he'd put all you half-foot trash out with the garbage. And the halflings, they're not engaging. They're just trying to, eat their stuff. And now it's escalated. He's walking up to the table. He knocks one of the drinks out of one of the halflings' hands. And he's like, why are you ignoring me when I'm talking to you? And his friends, they're like egging him on, like, yeah, get him.
Graham knows these people by name now. They're regulars. They come here often. So he's just gonna kind of push his chair away from the table that we've been sitting at and stand up, square off almost. And he's not a big guy by any means. He's, fairly lithe and slim, but he sort of takes this commanding presence and goes, "Arnold, knock it off."
Now I have one question. Are you wearing a shirt?
Very important.
So he's got his sort of tunic shirt on.
Okay.
But it's definitely open more than it would be if he were completely on shift.
Okay.
It's
got some
kind
buttons
of like
unbuttoned
in the
and-
collar, that kind of thing. So it may be, his sleeves are probably rolled up, and he's got, this sort of open shirt going on, and he just takes this commanding stance and says, "Arnold, knock it off."
Now all of his buddies get quiet, and then he turns to you and he's like,
This half-foot trash just spilled his drink on me.
and he's looking at you, and he's reaching out for the table and grabs on to this halfling shirt, like he's like,
This one right here, you should throw him out.
While Graham is yelling at the unruly patrons, I have sort of slipped like a liquid shadow up under the table and start tying their shoelaces together.
oh, okay, so you're up under like all the guys that are egging him on.
Yeah, the angry men, Arnold, all of his bully buddies. Just for an extra kick, we're just gonna tie them all in a chain to each other.
Okay, so they're all hooked together in
Yep.
this big like
Yep.
rat's nest under there.
Absolutely.
now-
I'm a halfling. I'm not.
Yeah, so you have no problem doing that. These guys are so drunk. So what was Cypher doing?
Yeah, so during Graham's speech, Cypher's going to stagger to his feet as if drunk and start making his way that direction toward Arnold and the halflings as if he's going to go get another drink or something like that.
Kala is also thoroughly in her cups.
Okay.
And she's just like a little bit like, because Graham has also stood up, so there's no reason for Kala to get involved just yet, but she's definitely thinking about like how much of a beating can this man take, and she's like weighing him up in her mind, more out of a sense of like personal pride than anything else, because she's a few drinks in and she can take anybody at this point.
So Graham is almost sort of more emboldened by this because this isn't the first time something like this has happened.
Right.
So he just sort of leans back and he's like, "Arnold, you know the rules. If you're involved in a conflict, you get thrown out. So if I'm throwing anybody out, it's both of you. Do you want to stay and have another drink? Or do you want to be out on the street? And I can send your friends with you if you'd like. I'm sure you'd be very popular this evening if you made your friends stop having a good time."
So this like makes him think a little bit more than he was planning on thinking. He kind of lets the halfling go, and he,
Sorry, I've already ruined your diplomacy under the table here.
Well, I mean,
No,
if they
he-
don't leave, that comedy may come later.
Graham sees this happening and he's like, "No, this is great."
So Arnold, he
Frantically
sort of
turning back.
scratches his head a little bit, wondering about what you said. He a little too roughly pushes the guy back into his seat, but he's like,
All right. I'll let him off with a warning this time.
and he kind of swings his arm around wildly as if he's, trying to turn around. He bumps right into you, Cypher, and you were ready for it, but he's still a big guy bumping into you, and the two of you bump into one of the waitresses that's walking by, one of the barmaids, and you knock over a bottle of wine that she was taking to a table. It falls on the ground, it cracks.
Arnold's like, oh, not my fault, not my fault.
You know what? Let me get your next drink for you. And he brings up a round of waters.
For Arnold and his friends? Okay.
Yes. He
Now,
said,
do you
"Oh, this
get a
next
new
drink
drink?
is on me."
You get a new drink for the halfling who got his beer knocked over?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so he's got a new big mug of beer. Now the group that was supposed to be getting the wine is like, Well, she tells the table, "Don't worry, I'll just run right down and get some more." So things have calmed down. You guys head back over to your little area and you continue your conversation. So the barmaid, she heads downstairs as people. The music has started up again. The laughter has started up again after that situation died out. And as you guys are just beginning your conversation, you hear the barmaid downstairs let out a wild scream from the cellar, and everything goes dead quiet. you guys look at each other and
Grimm's already halfway
Get
down.
up.
Like,
Yeah, I'm already moving.
so what's
That was my favorite
give
barmaid.
me-
I'm on the way.
Oh, there we go. So what's our you guys are pushing each other to get first down the door. What's our order on the stairs as you're heading down?
I would say Graham's probably first.
Anyone want to challenge Graham going first?
Nope, I'll follow behind him. I've done work in the cellar before, so I was kind of familiar with the way down. So
I was
On
gonna
his
take up
heels.
the rear, actually.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
like I'm a
first.
little
Yeah.
slow.
One, 2, 3, 4, and you have a. I mean, you're not totally kitted out. You weren't planning on like taking care of anything, but yeah, you're rushing downstairs, and nobody else kind of moved. They all kind of looked at you guys since you're the tough ones in here. Yeah, they looked at you or they looked at Arnold, and then him and his
He's like,
buddies
"Nah."
weren't going to do anything. Yeah, they're tanked
No.
and all tied up.
He's
under the table.
sipping on his water.
Yeah. So as you're rushing down the stairs, the scene, it's crazy. The barmaid, she's climbed up on top of several barrels of beer, and she is hysterical. Standing in front of her, keeping her back, is this large rat, but he's standing on his hind legs, maybe 18 inches tall, so still pretty short, but big for a rat. And he's wearing this big feathered hat, and he has a belt on, and he's armed with a sword. In the back of the cellar, there's a hole that's been broken open, and through that wall, there's a stream of just normal regular sized rats in like a conveyor belt, and food and all sorts of items are just kind of like conveyor belting down this conveyor belt of rats, and there's other rats in there like all doing very human-esque things, like putting things onto this conveyor belt, and it kind of undulates down the road. As soon as you guys are there, as soon as they see you on the stairs, that rat with the hat, he retreats and makes a very intelligent sounding squeaking as he's backing towards the hole, and several other human acting rats draw weapons and take up defensive positions between you at the stairs coming down and their food stealing operation. They appear to be like in 3 groups that, I mean, probably about 24 or so rats each.
Are they also wearing really cute hats?
So the first group, there's 3 different groups, and again, about maybe 20 or so in each group. So these are, I mean, you got a lot of things to deal with here. So the first group, they're about 18 inches tall like the rest of them. They are wearing like a little bit of armor, and they got these big yellow shields smeared with like yellow paint, and they're standing like in a formation, and they're like marching, like a guy's calling out cadence as they're like formed up with their shields and their swords. The second group, they're a bit little taller than the rest. They're about 2 feet tall, and they're wearing these red sashes, and they have big old huge clubs, and they're like flexing at you, and they're pointing at you, and they're like doing this like bring it on. And then the third group, maybe the most ridiculous, they're wearing these green headbands. They have daggers like all over the place, and they're doing flips, and they're making karate sounds at you and like flipping over each other. As much as they're being ridiculous, they are very choreographed. Like one will throw something up in the air, and another one catches it, and then they do a flip over each other. So
They're doing tricks.
yeah,
They've practiced.
will that translate into combat prowess? I don't
We
know.
could be in actual danger, maybe.
You could be in a little bit of danger, yes. The barmaid just straight up faints on the beer barrels.
Cypher is delighted.
You're delighted with this madness?
I mean, so is Kala.
Yeah,
Like, she
this is
comes down the
great.
stairs expecting to find like a murderer, and it's rats, and they're wearing little hats, and they're doing ninja flips.
They're wearing
like,
costumes. They're rats in costumes.
Good, well, I'm glad it's not horrifying for you at all. So there's a standoff right now. They have not approached you. You have not approached them. You're on the stairs. But it's very clear that this group of, probably 6 rats between you and their operation, with this leader rat wearing a hat way in the back, now standing at that doorway, and they've kind of picked up the pace. He's squeaking something, and they've picked up the pace as these rats are kind of popping things onto their backs and food and barrels, and there was more stuff down here because they're prepping for the festival. Stuff's being run right out the back, right out of that
So
hole in the
they're-
wall.
The stuff they're taking is clearly coming from this cellar. Like,
Oh yeah. Like
Okay,
there's
okay.
bottles of, when they're like shaking the wine rack, and
Okay.
wine's falling down, and then the wine is bump down this conveyor belt.
I'm gonna ask them if they understand common or speak common. Like, can you understand us?
If they do, they make no motion to understand you. Or to speak back to you.
Right.
They clearly are talking in an intelligent language as they're squeaking
Right.
at each other. But no, the flexing red sash guys, they're squeaking at you and pointing at you and clearly trying to intimidate you. 2-foot tall
Right.
rats are trying to intimidate you,
Yeah.
but
If
not in a
if it's
language.
clear that they can't communicate back in a way that we understand, I think Graham is going to try to pantomime putting the stuff that they're taking down and leaving. And under
Really?
threat of violence.
So,
Like,
so you're like,
like,
you put it down, or
put
you're
it
gonna
down,
get it. Yeah.
or you're gonna get hit. Right.
Right,
Cypher's
Ranger. do you-
twirling a dagger in his fingers, and flexing the other arm.
So it's just like a
Ranger,
complete
what's the hell?
standoff here.
Do I get the vibe that they're receptive to communication at all?
They appear to be understanding the things that you are saying. Like as you're flexing at them, like they're doing some of the stuff back at you. So it's clear that they understand, but
I do
They
heart
are-
hands so they know
Yeah.
we're trying to be friends.
you don't loser them or anything like that.
They're
No.
stealing. Callus like got her mug. Like I got prop for this, and she's just like,
You're not even like exactly, because you might
No,
think this
'cause,
is
like,
just
she
a
didn't-
drunken
she didn't
craziness.
come to the tavern expecting to fight someone, so she might have a knife in her boot or something. But like, is there a where's the most nearby barrel?
Probably on the ground, but we'll say that there's a barrel, like a smaller barrel there on the stairs that had been being brought up.
Well, she spies it and she's like, "Hey, Cypher," she's like, "If I threw this barrel over there, how many do you think I could knock down at once?"
No rat bowling.
I don't know, but this sounds like the best game ever.
So as Ashen is just like heart signs, Kala is in the background just being like, "All right, I've had enough of this," and is like picking up a barrel with intent to chuck it.
I love this. So we got heart signs going on. You're trying to be best friends and communicate and open up a new
Creatures.
like.
I feel like a kinship with the
You want to be
misunderstood creepy
there?
creatures.
I like that. And then Graham's sitting there like telling them they're about to, to
No,
get it.
when they're just doing it back, Graham's like, "All right, that's it." Rolls up the sleeves even more,
Oh, okay.
and then he goes in and just, I think he goes to try to sweep the leg for
Oh, he's going straight
Like
for
all
it.
of them.
as many as he can go for.
Well, so as
I
you
think
see him
he's
going
gonna
down
go
though, so
for-
Jess, is Kala gonna chuck her barrel, or
If they don't seem receptive to Ashen's little heart,
they do not seem?
I'll
No one
pull
is
out a piece
making
of
heart
tuna.
symbols. They're not making heart symbols back at you, no.
in the end, they're intruding and they're thieves and they've scared a barkeep who's a very innocent person and they're taking away all the food.
Are you saying this
that's
out
totally
loud?
not-
Like you're just like talking to yourself, like talking to yourself?
Maybe
into the
she's had a
fight?
few drinks, so maybe she's justifying this to herself.
She's
out
talking to
loud.
you, Cypher. You're like, what are we?
Um,
what is happening?
So yeah, Kala
Let's
will.
chuck barrels at him. Let's do
She'll
it.
she'll chuck the barrel.
Okay, so this barrel goes flying. How did we do?
Well, Kala is all flex and no dex apparently. So the she's not that good at throwing stuff, and she didn't decide to brute force it. So she actually tried to throw with the target,
Oh,
and
boy.
it seems like the shield line is much too strong for
Oh,
her
so
barrel.
it hit the shield. They got knocked back a little bit, but the barrel did the barrel dash on them, and now there's beer all over the place?
Oh
or does
yeah,
it bounce
absolutely.
off?
Everything
Okay.
smells like wine.
Okay.
It's super unfair, and Kala is just like.
Well, then you've made it to the ground, Graham.
I think Graham was beelining for the red ones.
The flexors.
The flexors. He's like, "Okay, you guys, you have too much attitude."
They stop flexing and they get their stuff ready. Like they're telling you you come over here. You're about to get beat down.
Yeah, and I think he's gonna sort of rush over and do sort of slide and sweep his leg and try to kick as many of them as he can.
With the intent of doing damage, or are you just trying to knock them down?
With the intent of doing damage.
Okay, yeah, go ahead
Mess
and
'em up. Basically, he's trying to send a message of this is gonna happen to the rest of you if you don't leave.
sweep the leg. All right, go ahead and tell us what happens. Make a roll and tell us how it goes.
He slides fairly gracefully down,
Okay.
sort of almost like a baseball type thing. Gets his leg around, and he hits that group for 11 points of damage.
Oh, ouch. Okay.
He kind of wrecks their day a little bit.
You do wreck their day more than just a little bit. Yeah, so you go barreling into them. Your leg, I mean, you got a long leg compared to this group of guys. You sweep a good portion of them. They fall down, and as 6 of them strike the ground, they explode in like a red puff of smoke, like you'd see at like a color run. So rather than having a body or anything like that, they just explode. And as this red puff of smoke and explodes out, it's like the rest of them breathe it in.
Okay, I take back my heart hands.
Okay, you're like slowly.
Break.
Yeah, they breathe it in, and it seems to affect them in some way. So there are less of these red folks now, but something even weirder than what was going on before is going on now. Ashton, what are you doing?
Well, now that I know these aren't actual living, breathing little forest friend types, I'm gonna kind of, while their attention's on Graham, start slipping behind the barrels and working my way to kind of get behind them a little bit.
Okay, so we'll let you do this as the last kind of out of sequence action, and then everybody be thinking about what's going to happen, because this is probably gonna turn violent now that we're throwing barrels and karate sweeping the leg here. Now that it's clear that fighting is happening, the yellow group, they're all shields up. They have pulled their swords out. The red ones that are left are surrounding you, Graham. And then the green ones, seeing that you guys are picking up barrels, they are preparing to throw things up at the two of you up on the wall. We'll just give initiative to you all, starting with you, Graham. What happens?
So Graham's down on the ground. He's done his slide. He just swept the leg and knocked a bunch of them out of this fight. And I think now he's realizing that, like, oh no, I'm on their level. I need to get out of this. And so I think he does that in that sort of really flashy way of like spinning your legs around and like getting them under yourself.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
okay.
like, popping back up. And he's gonna try to attack them with his legs as he does that.
Oh, like a spinning whirlwind.
Like a spinning kick kind of thing, and then he gets his legs under him and stands back up.
All right,
Like
go ahead
breakdancer
and
style.
Make
Yeah.
All right, make some rolls.
Exactly
Tell me,
like that.
tell me what happens.
So he succeeds in hitting them, and does a total of 5 damage.
5 damage. All right, you don't take out as many as you did last time. Your last attack was really great, but we have taken.
But
out
I think this is showier. So
yeah, and again, the same thing as you're like spinning around, kicking. People are going flying, and they're again exploding in red puffs of smoke.
This is not okay. Is there a net anywhere?
No, you do not see any
that's a
nets.
good
You do not see
idea.
any
It's
nets.
okay. I'm really focused on the barrel thing for now.
So tell me, tell me how Mike. Tell me how Cypher did with the barrel chucking.
Cypher thinks this bowling for rats idea is just the best thing ever. So he picks up another barrel and does roll it into the green ninja rats.
Okay, so you're gonna
Yeah,
be
how
chucking
many green rats?
There are 24 green rats. We'll say there's 2 dozen. green rats.
24.
Yeah, and you're
Okay,
just chucking
so
into the group of them.
13 points of damage.
I love it. And they just smash. They explode. But as they explode, everybody is now breathing in that green mist. As they breathe in the green mist, it looks like they're starting to move faster. They seem to get more speed and dexterity to their movements. What's Calla going to be doing?
I mean, if he's doing it, that I'm going to continue doing it as well, and it's going to become a bit of a competition.
Oh,
between
okay.
Oh,
which
for
one
sure.
of us can bowl better. So,
How'd we do with the yellow barrel attack?
well, she definitely hits, but she's not taking down 13. That would be.
She's
a
not
bit too
taking out
much.
13. Okay.
She's not taking out 13. No, these ones have shields.
They do.
So it's a harder check. But she does hit. She deals a total of 7 points of damage before she realizes that this is a terrible idea because everything's exploding into mist.
So yeah, you throw your barrel and it goes like right into the center of this formation and it smashes one. The barrel explodes going in different directions, and 7 of these guys, yeah, you just see them in one big, huge explosion of yellow, just like everybody else. They breathe in this yellow mist, and it looks like they maybe more resistant to your attacks now as they are getting more defensive.
Wait, so
And
it was a yellow
yes,
mist and a green mist and a red mist.
there. Yes, you've had some red mist going, some green mist going, and some yellow mist going.
So Cypher takes out a dagger and scratches our scores on the
Okay.
Okay. Like at an axe throwing
Yeah.
place kind of thing.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. This is
gotcha.
the most important thing to Cypher so far.
Gotcha.
And we'll say, Ashton, over this turn, you've been able to slide. There was just a little bit of space behind the barrels that the lady passed out on, so you've made it to the other side. You're close enough over on that fall wall that as you're looking around, you can see the opening right in front of you. You can see the conveyor belt of rats. And then that guy with the feather hat, he seems to have gone through. You can still hear his squeaking voice, like directing people to do things out in the hallway. So there must be more, whether he's calling for reinforcements or what, you're not sure. So next turn, you'll be able to take some actions. But before that, they're going to take some actions against you. So the red guys are moving very, very quickly now. They are surrounding you, Graham, and try and swing at you a bit. They're getting more attacks than you feel like they should be because of their speed. Two of them are going to strike into you, and boy, they are hitting really, really, really hard. Seems like maybe that red mist gave them some extra strength. You're going to take 9 points of damage as you are bashed into with two. I mean, there's no way these little teeny tiny two-handed clubs of rats should have hit that hard. We have the guys with the shields, they're not doing anything but reforming. And then the folks with the daggers, they are chucking a rain of daggers up at Cypher and Kala on the wall. It looks like we're going to be hitting Cypher twice. Cypher, you need to take 8 points of damage. And Kala's going to get you lucked out. You're only going to take 2 as you get
It's just like, ow, ow, ow,
ninja. Yeah,
ow.
ninja star. Maybe you've already picked up the next barrel and you're blocking it. So.
Yeah.
The area in the room where they're taking food, there is not that much left. They are taking the last bits and groups of food.
Graham has noticed that he's been only playing at like half tilt.
Okay.
So it took a second for him to get sort of into work mode again.
Right.
He was running on adrenaline before, but now he's like, okay, playtime's over.
Okay.
He's gonna make 2 attacks this round. Both attacks will land. First attack is gonna do a nice 11 again.
Ooh.
And he's actually gonna try and see if he can inhale some of that red mist himself.
Okay.
My second attack does hit as well. And that one has a total of 8 damage.
So with your 2 attacks, you actually wipe out the rest of the red groups. There's a huge explosion of red as you're just like punch, kick, swing, doing all your crazy monk bar brawling skills. And they all explode. Every punch is just an explosion as your hand goes right through them. Almost, you don't even know if you're feeling them when you're punching them. And then they explode into this beautiful red cloud. You do your best to suck in the smoke, but it almost seems to dodge you and be going to the other groups as you're trying to breathe it in. But you have wiped out your red group. Who are you heading to next? You gonna barrel into
Gotcha.
the green guys or the yellow guys, or
Whichever has the most sort of active members still.
yellow is not offensive. They're defensively, like actively blocking your way to the conveyor belt. The green guys are actively running in front of them, kind of skirmish line, throwing things up at the barrel folks. They're not focused on you at all.
Go for yellow then.
Okay, so you're gonna try and go around the green ones and break way back to the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
Who's going next? Cypher, you're up there with your next barrel.
Yes. So I've attempted to throw my next barrel and critically failed at doing so. A classic go to throw it and like the weight of the barrel kind of got away from me and just dropped down on my shoulder. And,
Oh, okay.
you know, potatoes go everywhere.
So yeah, take a couple points of damage as you just dropped a barrel on your head. There's now like potatoes. Yeah, it was like maybe a crate or a barrel of potatoes. It's now going down the stairs, bunking down the stairs. Did that mess you up at all, Kala? Or are you good to go with your attack?
No, I'm good.
All right.
In fact, it enrages her. She throws the barrel over her head in a fit of fury and is like, "Ah!" like chucks it And she's still going for the yellow ones because
right.
you got to take out those shields. Though she probably be better if she had a pointy stick, but she don't.
What kind of damage are you doing?
5.
So you smash into them. 5 of them go all sideways. As they're dying, they're reforming the best they can to keep this wall between you and them. Although they are kind of squeezing together as Graham, they see you heading towards, but they seem to be backing and closing in, heading towards the door as they're finishing taking the stuff out. Now, Ashton, you're behind this line. It's closing, but you're behind the line. What are you
Yes.
doing back there?
I'll just go with my original instinct, which is to fire on the shield bearers from behind.
Ooh,
since
I
we're
like
a little
that.
bit extra.
Okay.
I did pass the roll, but I only did 5 points of damage. So
Okay, I'm actually going to double that because they can't see you. So you were just like launching a whole bunch of, you using a crossbow?
I am
Or-
using a crossbow.
So you just blast out with your crossbow, boom, 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 a whole bunch, rapid fire, and you drop. We'll say you see that Graham is coming, so you drop a whole group of them right there in the area that he is trying to come through. So their whole thing is falling apart now. The green guys are still doing pretty good. Everybody's backing up. You've heard like motivational commands from what you're guessing is that rat with the feather hat. Now the command changes, and instantly all the food that was being carried out just drops. The carpet of rats slides out, and then the group very quickly. There's some commands given. The ninja guys flip over the yellow guys. The yellow guys form up and hut, 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 and they are out as quickly as they were in, leaving you in the room with food laying on the ground, the potatoes falling down the stairs, the passed out barmaid, and you're
No
left
one's-
thinking, was that a dream? Like, what just happened? The last thing you hear as it's all disappeared, the guy with the feather hat, he sticks his head around the door, and he says,
All hail the Rat King, and he thanks you.
and then he blows up this smoke bomb and then just takes off. And when he says, all hail the Rat King, like a whole bunch of voices say that, as if anyone who's around, when you say the Rat King, like everybody has to say, all hail the Rat King. And then, boom, super stinky smoke bomb, and any sign that rats were ever there, gone.
Well, I guess the barmaid wakes up now.
No, she's out. I mean, you're over there smacking her on the face?
Well, I mean, it's really stinky, so if
like
she's
smelling
not
salts?
awake,
Yeah.
I'll make a roll to see if she wakes up. Yes, she wakes up with the stink. She wakes up like exactly in the state that she was in before, just screaming, and is trying to calm down, but she is in hysterics over there.
Yeah.
It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Hala's just gonna be like, shh, it's okay, we're gonna get you out of here. She's just gonna try and get the woman to leave with her.
She's rambling
Yes.
about like rat and rat people. In your minds, very quickly as you're leaving, like, are you keeping this to yourselves, or is this something you're going to be like, hey, everybody, we just fought a bunch of miniature rat people with, swords and spears and all that?
I mean, absolutely, I saw it too,
Okay.
but I'm not really one for the subtle type of life.
What do you think about that, Cypher?
I think this might be best kept to us.
Hmm.
I was like, no, I saw them. It's okay. You're not going mad.
So yeah, what are you telling her? She's rambling. You're trying to calm her down before you go back upstairs, and she's like, I saw them. Didn't you see them?
No, I did see them. I did see them. It's okay. They're gone now. They're done. Look. There's nothing there. Like the rats are gone. It's just fine. It was just like a terrible
Yeah.
dream.
You finally get her calmed down. She's not sure whether it was real or not, and it's like, let's not worry about that right now. You get her back upstairs. Things are calmed down. Everybody's wondering what went on downstairs, but it's kind of like, hey.
I mean, there's rats in the basement. It's normal.
Right. Yeah.
We
Right.
just met-
She
There were
saw a
just
rat
more
and she
of them.
fainted.
Yeah. You all go back and you sit down to kind of decompress and think about what you heard, what you saw. Now, I think that both Cypher and probably Ashton, you have heard rumors about this Rat King. This isn't the first time. All hail the Rat King. This is not the first time that you have heard rumors or little bits and pieces or so as you're sitting there wondering and kind of in a corner, you don't fully want everyone to overhear you. What have you heard? What do you think may be going on?
Well, I ain't never heard anything.
Yeah, everything I have gotten just by the nature of my work is nothing substantiated. It's usually children or, a drunk barmaid who went down in the cellar and saw something out of the corner of their eye and asked me to come take a look. And I've never found anything, so I never thought any of this was, had any substance to it.
Now it kind of does.
Yeah.
I've been noticing around town, every once in a while, low to the ground, I'll see these little scratched drawings
Oh.
of like a crown and like a claw mark, like
Oh, okay.
3 little claws.
Where do you see these marks?
About a foot and a half off the ground, in like
Suspect.
at the ends of alleys, like dead end alleys.
Children draw a foot and a half off the ground on the wall.
That's why I didn't think much of it. But always in places where a throughway should end.
Oh, okay.
So like a dead end alley, there's a little sign, or the corner of a wall, like the city walls come together or something.
It's getting late. You're a little bit beat up. Some of you took some damage, got jostled around a bit, or had potatoes fall over your heads. So
Rough night.
you decide to call it a night. The 3 of you, everybody other than Kala, you're going to sleep wherever you sleep. But for you, Kala, on your way home, it's dark. It's not past your curfew, but it's dark, and you're heading home, and you get that feeling like, is somebody following you? But you just were in a creepy situation, so it's like, I don't, maybe it is, maybe it's not. So you continue to walk home your normal route, and now you're certain you're being followed because you're kind of looking over your shoulder. But the shadow, whoever this guy is, whoever this person is, they're not doing a very great job. So you can tell now. There's this dirty little kid, maybe like 8 or 10. And he's scampering from like barrel to barrel behind you, like trying to be like sneaky, and you're watching him out of the corner of your eye. And it's almost like not like he's trying to sneak up or pick your pocket, but like he's trying to get up the nerve to approach you. And then he like he starts walking out, and then he like freaks out and he goes and hides again, and you can hear him kind of like muttering to himself. So eventually, I mean, do you like call to him or just sort of like let this play out? How would you handle this kid
So
going after you?
I can identify after a while that it is in fact a child.
You can. It's like a dirty, just like a dirty little kid.
Oh, it's a dirty child.
It's a
That makes
dirty,
everything
it's a
so
dirty,
different.
ragged child. Yes,
An urchin.
with a
It's an urchin.
but it looks like he has like a hood on, but the hood has little like mouse ears on it, and he might have like a piece of rope tied to him like as a tail.
That is a startling development. So Kala, being a noble and honorable person, stops dead in her tracks, and she considers being like, "Oh, are you doing okay?" But then she decides that she's just gonna hold out and stay still for a moment until this little urchin decides to approach her, and then she's gonna try and just scare him, just to see what happens. Like
Okay.
maybe kids sometimes like being scared, but she's also a bit upset and a bit. Things have been thrown at her tonight,
It's been a
although
wild
she
evening.
started it. So
So he does, as you stop, he must have the idea that like, okay, here's my chance. Like I'm gonna go. So he comes out. He's sort of like you're kind of watching him out of the corner of your eye. He like straightens his little like ratty shirt that he's got on, straightens the little like ears that he has, and then starts like walking towards you in like a regal kind of way, like he's pretending like he's about to come present himself to you, and he's marching up towards you, and you can see in his hand he's got like this dirty folded up piece of paper, and he's walking towards you.
he's so. Oh,
Are you
this
still
might
gonna
change
scare him?
everything. Well,
And he's like Like he's
She'll pause to give it like this is very strange. It's not the weirdest thing she's seen tonight, but it's pretty strange.
So
Calla like she folds her arms and she's like, "What? Why are you following me?"
So he does this ridiculous little bow, and he's like,
Milady, my name is Lemmy, and I am the personal assistant to the Rat King. All hail the Rat King. And the Rat King, all hail the Rat King, he invites you and your mates to meet him tomorrow night, and here's your invitation.
and he hands you the piece of paper.
And I'll meet you tomorrow outside the tavern when the clock tower strikes 6, and I'll take you to the Rat King, all hail the Rat King, and this is a secret, so don't tell nobody about it.
And then he like bows again, and he turns as if he's gonna take off. So if you wanna,
Wait.
and he turns back slowly, like
She's like, "Are you hungry?"
he doesn't know what to say. He looks at you. He almost like he's trying to say yes, but it's like he shouldn't.
So Calla reaches into her pocket and she pulls out a pastry. And it's a day-old pastry, but it's still pretty good. And she's like, and she holds it out and she's like, "Here you go. It's okay."
So he reaches for it, then he smacks it out of your hand, and then like dives on it and grabs it, and he's like starts eating it, and like jelly's all over his face and everything, and then he yells,
All hail the Rat King!
and then just takes off with it. and that is where we're going to leave it for tonight.
Interesting.
Wait.
This is awesome.